Personally, guys, if I had ordered a BYD Shark, I would probably cancel my order and buy this. Honestly, actually not probably, I definitely would. It's confirmed, my friends. This is an exciting day. If this pickup truck, this ute, comes to Australia in 2025, I will buy it. I promise you, I will buy it. I'm not going to go back on this. The Riddara RD6 or the Riddara RD6, the Geely RD6, it's been confirmed in right-hand drive. It's got pricing for Thailand. Thailand, we usually get our vehicles from Thailand here in Australia. It's coming to European markets apparently as well as looks like Australia too, New Zealand potentially. And the price is similar to a Toyota Hilux with a diesel engine. This thing's awesome. It also has 2-bed options. Now, I don't know if they're bringing the 2-bed options for right-hand drive markets, but I hope they do. 2-bed options, one standard size tray, and the other one is a tray that's similar size to a Ford F-150 tray bed. Guys, as you can see, I'm pretty excited. Here are the details, here are the prices, here are the specs, everything that I know so far about what might be Australia's first proper ground-up electric ute or electric pickup truck, which, to be honest, could be priced at the pricing we've seen from Thailand makes it look like this is something you should be looking out for. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, I want to say, YouTube members, thank you guys for being a member of the channel. Really appreciate your support. I think we've got nearly 450 YouTube members now. If you'd like to join the channel, I'll put a link in the description below. Guys, I'm looking at the Riddara website right now. It's called Riddara.com, Riddara RD6. And they've got a video here. It's obviously done in China. It's got Chinese people driving this vehicle. It's in left-hand drive. And, you know, this is kind of like, oh, yeah, well, maybe it's not going to come. But now the prices have been released. All the exact details, battery specifications, range, everything for Thailand. And in other words, if Geely are making this in right-hand drive, they're not just going to sell it in Thailand, are they? You can't just sell one model of car, right? Right-hand drive production line just for one country. It just wouldn't make sense. I reckon, from what I've seen and the information that Geely have put out there, that this thing is coming to other markets, Australia, New Zealand, potentially South Africa, Malaysia, the UK possibly as well. Who knows, maybe even Japan. This thing is faster than a Ram TRX. It's very, very, very fast. Pricing for this vehicle is really, really interesting because the most expensive version of the Riddara RD6 is 1,300,000 baht. So 1,300,000 Thai baht, that equals about 60,000 Australian dollars or around 40,000 US dollars. So Americans, your China tax means you're missing out. I mean, 40,000 US, it's actually a bit less than that. It's actually about 37,000 US dollars for a pickup, right? Similar size to a Ford Ranger. Fully electric, ground up built pickup truck with all-wheel drive, more power, more performance, faster performance than a Ram TRX. As if you guys wouldn't want this, right? As if Americans wouldn't be saying, yeah, we'll take one, we'll take a million of these damn things. That's what I think would happen. Now, the base model specification of the Riddara RD6 is 900,000 baht, which is 42,000 Australian dollars. 42,000 Australian dollars. That's about 27,000 US dollars. 27,000 US dollars. Amazing. But the model that I think a lot of people want, it's the rear-wheel drive lithium iron phosphate battery. It uses Geely's short blade battery, the Aegis short blade battery. It has a much higher energy density than BYD's current blade battery. It's 192 watt hours per kilogram. That battery pack, in a pretty decent size, just under 80 kilowatt hour size, is 47,000 Australian dollars. 47,000 Australian dollars. So that's about 32,000, maybe 30,000 US dollars. And this is not a cheap pickup truck. This is not a cheap vehicle. If you actually look at their blurb, guys, jump on their website, you'll see that this vehicle actually has systems including AEB, FCW, LDW, LKA. It has every safety system in the book, basically. It has 70% high strength steel in the body, which dramatically reduces the weight. Now, it has also 6 airbags and a structural battery pack, which is obviously going to make this vehicle pretty damn safe. Water weight and capacity. Is this an actual off-road vehicle? It is. Actually, you can drive in it in water up to 815 millimeters, which is not bad. It'll do 0 to 62 miles an hour, 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds in the dual motor version. And like I said, the dual motor version is actually extremely affordable. Now, the cheapest dual motor version is the one with the lithium iron phosphate battery, and that cost 1,150,000 baht. So that's about 55,000 Australian dollars, or around about 36,000 US dollars. All-wheel drive, 0 to 100, 4.5 seconds in a pickup truck for 55,000 Australian dollars. Can you see why I'm looking at this thing going, this is insane? This is Thailand, by the way. Prices in Thailand are usually pretty similar to prices in Australia. Now, here are some other deals that they're offering on this. 0.99% interest for 48 months with a 25% down payment. 0.99% interest. Geely, if you have that in Australia, thank you, I'll take that. Free home charger. You get a free home charger with this. You get first 6 services are free. First 6 services are free. First year, 2 gigabyte internal car internet package. So you get basically internet connectivity. That's free for the first year. Registration is free. They'll pay you registration. New car quality warranty, 6 years. So you get a 6-year warranty, 8-year warranty on the battery, 200,000 kilometer battery warranty. Free emergency assistance, roadside assistance for 6 years. 6 years of roadside assistance. So if you break down, you run out of power, they'll come and give you a charge for 6 years. I mean, what? This is serious. I mean, this is advertised on Riddara's website. So let's get into the specifications of this vehicle. There's 3 different battery pack options. The smallest battery in the very, very cheap version of this vehicle, which costs just over 40,000 Australian dollars, that is a 63 kilowatt hour battery. That's Geely's, I believe it's their lithium iron phosphate short blade battery. And that'll give the vehicle 373 kilometers of range, NEDC. So probably about 350 kilometers WLTP. It has 6.6 kilowatt AC charging and 90 kilowatt DC charging that they say can charge the vehicle from 30 to 80% in 32 minutes. It's not particularly great in specs, but it's pretty damn great in price. So if you want to pay less, that's the model you can get at the base level. The next level up is a 74 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate Aegis short blade battery. It gives a range of 461 kilometers on the NEDC cycle, so probably about 430 kilometers WLTP. That's rear-wheel drive, and it has 428 horsepower. If you buy the all-wheel drive model, now if you buy the rear-wheel drive model, it has about 272 horsepower and 385 newton meters of torque. It'll do 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds. Now that model is, I believe, less than 50,000 Australian dollars. I mean, seriously, this is crazy, right? A 74 kilowatt hour battery pack, which has a vehicle to load, will give you over 400 kilometers of WLTP range. It's a pickup truck as well, so it's a pretty big vehicle. And it has 110 kilowatt DC fast charging, which is not amazing, but you know, at this price point, I think it's pretty damn good. So that is the rear-wheel drive version. Now the all-wheel drive version of that same vehicle, they've just added an extra motor to the front. It has, like I said before, 428 horsepower, does 0 to 100 in about 4.5 seconds, and a range of around 400 kilometers WLTP. Now the top spec model is a ternary lithium battery. I believe it's a CATL battery, and that's not a lithium iron phosphate battery. That's an 86 kilowatt hour battery. It's all-wheel drive, so it's dual motor version of the car. Has the same power as the lithium iron phosphate all-wheel drive, so it does 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. It has 455 kilometers WLTP range, so probably about 425 kilometers WLTP. 455 kilometers NEDC range, so probably about 425 in WLTP. It can charge at 100 kilowatt charging. They say 30 to 80% charge in 30 minutes. Now, yes, the charging speed is not fast at all, but I guess at this price point, you know, it's still a pretty damn amazing deal, considering that's around 60,000 Australian dollars for that model of the vehicle. So standard equipment on the cheapest version includes a black chrome front grille, LED headlights, LED daytime driving lights, LED tail lights, electrically unlocked rear tray. So it has locking for the rear gate, electric side mirrors, 17-inch alloy wheels with 235/65 size tires. Other features this thing has, and if you have a look on the website, it shows you just how well this works, a 540-degree surround view camera. This camera technology provides 540-degree transparent all-around view, so really good for hitching up a trailer, backing into tight spaces, so you can see from every angle, and that includes your blind spots. It has Riddara Connect. The Riddara application now allows you to remotely control the operation of various systems in your car via your smartphone, like turning on and off the air conditioning in the cabin to cool your car before you get into it. This is a really good feature for my Xpeng G6. I use this when it's really hot outside and I'm sitting in the house and I know I'm about to go somewhere in half an hour. I turn the air conditioning on. So you can do that with the Riddara RD6. Now it has 7 driving modes, which are the following: economy, comfort, sport, off-road, wading, sand, and mud. The interior design, guys, looking at that design, as you can see, it has plenty of buttons on the steering wheel. The steering wheel is kind of overloaded with buttons, but it's also got some buttons beneath the touchscreen. I think the interior looks incredibly premium for the price of this vehicle. I'm really surprised at how good it looks. And yeah, like I said, it's got those buttons, those physical switches underneath the digital screen in the middle of the car, which kind of adds a nice touch for those people who want that. Now, speaking of the size, there is a bigger version in China. I'm not sure if they're going to bring that version or not, but the size of the smaller version, which is we know is definitely coming to Thailand, is 5,260 millimeters. Lengthwise, its wheelbase is 3.1 meters, so 3,120 millimeters, and the tray bed is 1,525 millimeters long. The width of the vehicle, it's 1,900 millimeters wide. So in this version, this smaller version, it's definitely smaller than a Ford Ranger by around about, I'd say 7% smaller. But the version that I've seen in China, there's another version, it's 5.5 meters long. So that makes that version around 5% bigger than a Ford Ranger. So getting back to the power, the all-wheel drive versions of this vehicle, they have 315 kilowatt. It's not far off 500 horsepower and 600 newton meters of torque. Maximum speed is 190 kilometers an hour. I don't think you'd want to go that fast in a pickup truck, but if you want to, you can. It has a 3-level energy recovery system. It has a load capacity in the bed, quite heavy actually, a lot more than its rivals, of 1,030 kilograms. So that's about 2,250 pounds approximately. Towing capacity is 3,000 kilograms. So more than the BYD Shark. That's about just over 6,300 pounds, around about that. Climbing ability, it can climb at 95% gradient. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they're claiming. Water weighting, 815 millimeters. It has a front trunk. It's a 70-litre front trunk. It has 48 litres of storage space under the rear seats. And it also has a multi-link rear suspension. I don't know how I really don't understand this physics behind this vehicle, because normally with a multi-link rear suspension, you can't carry a heavy load, but they're basically saying this is more comfortable not having a torsion beam rear suspension or a leaf sprung rear suspension like a lot of pickup trucks do, and they're really, really jittery and hard and the ride's uncomfortable. This has independent rear suspension, which makes it more comfortable, but also it has a higher load capacity than pretty much all of its rivals, so that's a big plus. It comes standard with aluminium roof rails, electrically unlocked tailgate, electrically foldable side mirrors, side mirror with defogger, automatic front wiper system, synthetic leather seats, driver's seat with 6-way power adjustment, front passenger seat with 6-way power adjustment as well, ventilation system front and rear, so it's got aircon for the rear passengers to play with. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. To be honest, I'm going to stop there because all the features are just like too long to list, but I'll list them in the video. I will mention though that it does sound very, very safe. It has a PM 2.5 air filter system. So on those really smoggy days in Thailand, you're not going to be breathing all that pollution into the car. It also has intelligent cruise control, intelligent driving assist system that includes adaptive cruise control as well, automatic braking assistance, forward collision warning, lane keeping assistance, emergency lane keeping assist system, lane departure warning system, lane change assist, so it'll change lanes for you, blind spot warning system, door opening warning system, rear cross traffic alert, reverse blind spot brake system, rear collision warning, front departure warning system, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to stop because it's the list of things that seems standard with this vehicle is really, really long. But here are some things that are pretty cool if you want to go all forward driving, for example. It has auto hold, electronic stability control, ESC, emergency brake assist, traction control system for off-roading, hill start assist, hill descent control, HDC, tire pressure monitoring system. Another cool feature, it comes standard with either 17 or 18-inch wheels, which is what you want on a pickup truck. You don't want these ridiculous big wheels that we're seeing on a lot of pickup trucks, a lot of utes. All that does is make an uncomfortable ride quality, makes the cars terrible for going off-road, and it also reduces your range. So as I said before, the price ranges from between around 43,000 Australian dollars up to 60,000 Australian dollars for the most expensive, longest range version of this vehicle. It very clearly could come in and undercut the BYD Shark. So if you placed an order for a BYD Shark, but what you really wanted, like me, was actually a fully electric vehicle, could be time to cancel your order.